Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the channel. Got a little bit of a different type of a video for you guys tonight. I'm going to talk about the Massachusetts vehicle salvage inspection process and what we have to do to get there. So the Dart that's on the channel, the 2015, has a salvage title out of Pennsylvania. And some of what we need to go through here, it's not like a regular clean title where you can just go to the RMV and register it and get your plates and be on your merry way. You actually have to go through a salvage inspection process. One of the big caveats that I found when I started this process, and I wish I had researched it a little bit more before I actually bought the cars. So if you're in a state that's not quite as free as far as automotive stuff goes, you may want to look at your state's RMV webpage, and you can see I have our mass.gov page called up here in the window, and I'll put the link in the description. Basically your state's webpage is a great resource for what you need to be able to get through the process. Here in Massachusetts, if you look at the page, prior to the inspection, we have to go to the RMV. We have to complete this application form here and fill out all this information, owner, vehicle information, owner affidavit, basically assuring them that you're not using any stolen parts. This tells you what parts you've replaced, and you have to provide the VIN number for the car that it came off of. Basically, we'll have to bring the current salvage title. So in this case, I'll be bringing my Pennsylvania salvage title and a $50 fee. Now that's only the first half of the process. That's just to get you in the door to get through the salvage inspection. Now, I haven't been through this before. This is the first time I've done this. I've watched a couple of Rich Rebuilds videos. He is also a Massachusetts resident from what I can tell, and he's been through the process and been rejected a couple of times from some of his videos. And so this is a new process to me. So what do you need to bring to the salvage inspection? So far, pretty straightforward. We need to bring the completed application that we filled out in the above step, the current salvage title, and this is where they get you. The insurance appraisal report issued by the insurance company that declared the vehicle to be a total loss salvage vehicle. This is very difficult to get. This is not something you get when you buy a car off of Copart. I do have this report for my 2015 that I'm restoring. This takes a little bit of social engineering to get sometimes. This is where my IT background comes into play. I very nicely called the insurance company that totaled the car, and I was able to obtain, explain to the woman on the phone what I was trying to do. And she did provide a redacted copy for me, so I have a copy of the report. And what this does is this allows me to go in and say, okay, this particular insurance company said I need to replace XYZ, or I can repair ABC, and then I have to take that report along with my repairs and the repaired car to one of the inspection stations in Massachusetts once I get to that point. And the state police are going to actually look at the car and make sure none of the parts are stolen, none of, there's no, VIN numbers missing, etc. So this is why you'll see me probably use a lot more new parts rather than trying to use stuff off the other car. There's a lot of paperwork and red tape that goes into getting a salvage car registered here in Massachusetts, from what I can see. Now, like I said, I haven't been through the process before. This is all brand new to me. So please do your research. If you're watching my video, please do your research before you go out and get into one of these cars. I wish I had done a little bit more homework before I just impulsively bought either of the two cars, because now I have a real project. So you have to bring in bills of sales, receipt or invoices from either a junkyard, or say like I bought a lot of parts from eastcoastmoparts.com. I'll have actually, like dealer type invoices. You'll want to bring all of those. I also went a step further and I called the state police salvage title division, and I spoke with a gentleman up there, a sergeant up there, and kind of asked him what they were looking for what they needed. Two things that you won't find on the state's website that he suggested that I have, or recommended very strongly that I have, is A, bring a copy, and I think actually Rich Rebuilds actually touches on this in one of his videos. Bring a copy front and back of your driver's license, and you also have to have a statement of work. Whether you're doing the work or you're having a shop do the work, you have to have a statement of work, which basically says, I've done X, Y, Z, this is, you know, what I've spent on it, etc. And that has to be part of the packet that you bring when you go to take your car in for a salvage inspection. The other caveat, which again you won't see on the state's webpage, the car has to be on a trailer. If you're a private party and you do not have a dealer license, the car has to be on a trailer. And what that means is none of the car's wheels can touch the ground. Now this seems a little silly to me, but I get it. It is what it is. You have to have it on a flatbed trailer or have it towed in, and that's the only way they'll accept it. If you are a dealer, you may have one of your employees who is on your dealer plate, or is allowed to drive a car with your dealer plate, drive the car in for inspection. This is what I was told over the phone. I don't know if it's true. Anybody who has been through mass salvage inspection, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear your stories. Let me know if there's something I'm missing in this video. I'm trying to make this video kind of, you know, some information that I would have liked to have when I started this process, kind of maybe a go-to guide of sorts, you know, just to, you know, as a general overview of what the process is like and what you need before you can actually get this car on the road. So if you pass salvage inspection, the next process, from what I can tell, you will get your title, your rebuilt title, in I think 4 to 6 weeks, I think is what they tell you. And then you can take that rebuilt title and go to the registry and get your plates. And then you can go through your regular safety inspection, etc. So basically, I also wanted to show you in this video, let me see here. This is, I'm only going to show you one page of it because I don't want to give away any information. But this is what an insurance appraisal report looks like. So you can see in the video here, you know, they talk about what needs, and this is the actual insurance appraisal report for my Dart. You know, this tells you, okay, front door, we need to replace it. They're going to use an LKQ right door assembly. This is the part number. This is the cost. You know, we need to remove and install, or remove and install the right belt molding. We're going to remove and install the right mirror assembly, handle, etc. This is your playbook. In Massachusetts, and I don't know what other states are like, in Massachusetts, this is your playbook. This is what you have to go by in order to make your car pass salvage inspection in the state of Massachusetts. I mean, it's good and it's bad. It's good because you actually have something to look at, something to kind of compare things to, and say, okay, what are they going to want to see, instead of just going in blind. However, other states, I think if you watch like Goon Squad and probably Auto Auction Rebuilds, I don't know that they have to go through this process. I think it's a lot easier in those states. They're down south, I believe. So up in New England, it's very difficult to get a car through salvage inspection, at least from what I understand. I've never done it. This is the first time I've done it. That's why I'm kind of documenting the process. Hopefully this helps somebody, you know, so you can kind of see what the process is like to get your salvage project registered. So this is what it'll look like. This is kind of what you have to go by. If it says replace it, you have to replace it. If you repair it, you have to explain how you repaired it. It is a process. I probably won't touch another salvage title vehicle again on this channel, just because of all the work that goes into it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we need to cover on this video. I think that pretty much does it. There are 4 or 5 salvage inspection stations throughout the state of Massachusetts. You know, you can go, there's one in Bridgewater, there's one in Haverhill, Northborough, this is probably the one I'll end up at, because I work in Marlborough, which is not far from there, Revere, and Westfield. It does say that they have some staffing constraints, so to give a call beforehand. and inspection hours are between 8 and 3 p.m. So it's probably, from what I understand, it's probably a day trip. You may have to take a day out of work to go down there and take your car, take all your paperwork. One of the things that the sergeant recommended to me on the phone, I had told him I was going to put a binder together with all my paperwork so it was nice and neat for them to be able to find it. And he said, no, don't do that. Just have things kind of clipped together so they can go through it and, you know, see all the information, because they're gonna actually take the originals that you have and keep them for record, I believe. So make sure you have copies of stuff if there's anything you want to keep. He did recommend providing some pictures of before and after. They are also going to want to see the excuse me, the Copart listing, so that you can, they can see what the car looked like at auction, etc. So these are all things that you need to bring to your salvage inspection. One of the other things, so in Massachusetts, you can't buy a salvage car without having a dealer license. That's the state of Massachusetts. You can go to another state and buy a salvage car and bring it home, which is exactly what I did. Pretty much any state in New England, from what I could tell, New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, any of the states that are around me, similar process. You cannot, you can't, without a dealer license, you can't buy a salvage car from auction, or an auction car. You have to have a dealer license. Now, some of you who have watched my previous videos, an earlier one I did try to obtain my dealer license. There was some caveats with my property. The town really didn't want to hear about it, so I kind of gave up on it for the moment. I'm not really ready for that yet. My shop isn't really set up for it. It's probably best that it didn't happen. So I am still hoping to get to that point at some point in the near future. So I hope this video has helped some of you. I'm hoping this provides a lot of information that maybe isn't quite put together out there yet. This is a different type of video for me. I'm typically showing you how to do something in the garage. So hopefully this helps. Guys, if you like these videos, please thumbs up, like, subscribe below, turn on your post notifications. I'm hoping to have more of these coming so that you guys can learn as I learn.
Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, nothing can break me. Try not to hold